It's a quote sign, and it says like in quotes, God is colorblind, and then it's signed God. I just think that's hilarious. The idea that God's out there bragging about himself in the third person. Like, you're God. Get a publicist. Like, what are you doing, you know? But also, like, why would God be colorblind? You expect me to believe he's a perfect being, but he has a cone deficiency? That doesn't make sense. I don't even think colorblind people believe in a colorblind God. And if you do, my God could kick your God's ass. It's what it is, you know? I wish there were more stories in the Bible like that, you know, where like God had some sort of like weird disfigurement for no reason, like the story about the 2 footprints in the sand, you know. But Jesus, I looked back and only saw 1 set of footprints. Yes, my child, that's because my wheelchair got stuck about a half-mile back. This isn't a very accessible beach. It's either a joke about Jesus or the Americans with Disabilities Act. I don't know who I'm pissing off more with that one. But there's a little something about me. I haven't caught COVID yet, and at this point, it's starting to hurt my feelings. I'm starting to feel a little left out. Yeah, thank you. I am starting to feel a little left out. Am I not cute enough to catch COVID? What's going on, you know? Like, it got to the point where, like, I was walking around downtown just asking strangers to spit in my mouth, you know? Anybody else? Just me? All right. Yeah. Lockdown was weird, is what I'm saying, you know. This economy, you guys doing all right with this inflation? No? You guys feeling the pinch? Let me ask you this. Is anybody else using foot powder for socks? Just me? I'm the only broke motherfucker here. You're using foot powder for socks? Hell yeah, dude. You using paper towels for underwear yet? That's when I'm really in trouble. I got underwear for Christmas this year, and it's the first time in my life where I'm like, thank Christ, you know? It's always such a shitty present, but now I really use it, you know? I'm going on like 3 days with these puppies. Anyway, what am I talking about? What am I doing? Oh, right. Yeah. Here's another thing that happened to me. I just got a new job recently, back in the office after working at home for a while. Being in an office, it's I've forgotten how to do it, like how to deal with people. Like there's this gal who sits next to me. I probably shouldn't say her name, but it's Ashley Anderson. I'll just say it, whatever, you know. She's not here. Anyway, so the first time, like, you know, I met her, right? This was like a couple weeks ago. She told me that she was a vegan, even though I have never once asked this bitch about her dietary habits. Like right away, that's what she led with, you know. She told me she can't even eat food if it's touched a plate that's had meat on it. She said, like, when that happens, she gets really bad diarrhea, you know. I was like, how do you know that that's, you know, like for me, I never don't have diarrhea, you know. Like, this is true. When I take a really nice solid number 2, that's when I'm like, holy shit, what did I eat, you know? Here's another thing that she does that annoys the hell out of me. She wears fake eyeglasses. Now, I see a couple fellow four-eyed freaks in the crowd, right? Can we just say, well, can I swear? I probably shouldn't. Okay, Fred gave me the go-ahead. I'm going to say it. Fuck her. Wearing fake eyeglasses? That is like Four Eyes blackface. Like, I don't understand why is that okay to wear fake eyeglasses? Like, that's like the only fashion accessory you can do that with. Like, you put like a seizure helmet on me and some forearm crutches and take me to the club. I'm cute as hell, but I can't do that, you know? I get slapped. Exactly. Anyway, no, she does this thing that annoys me all the time, right? I could let that go, the fake eyeglasses thing, if it wasn't for this. She'll ask me all the time if she can try on my glasses. Yeah, and I say the same thing every time. I'm like, no, go to hell. Not gonna happen. I'm not letting you try on my glasses. And she gets really upset, like indignant, like, oh, you're being a dick. I'm like, no, I'm not being a dick. I'm denying you the opportunity to be a dick to me. Because if you guys wear glasses, you know this is true. Nobody in the history of humankind has ever tried on another person's pair of glasses and been like, oh, these are pretty good. Your eyes aren't that bad. It's never happened, right? Never, not once. If you wear glasses, you know how it goes. Every time it's like this. Holy shit, you're blind. Jesus Christ, your eyes suck, bro. Seriously, do you drive at night? Like, there's nothing else you can do that with. Like, I can't say to somebody, hey, man, let me try out your wheelchair. And as soon as I sit down, oh my God, your legs are useless. All right, that's going to do it for me, guys. We're going to get this show rolling. Thank you guys all so much for being here. This is a great cause. You were all true American heroes for being here tonight. We're going to bring up your first comic for the evening. She is a very funny gal, all the way from Tennessee. Please welcome Katie Gonzalez.
Toning this down more. I saw this when I was looking at the stage. I'm like, oh, that's way too tall for me. Like, we gotta have to like put this all the way down to the floor. So I'm Katie Gonzalez. I didn't just come from Tennessee. I'm from there. I was in the Air Force. Wow, you guys did not have to clap. It's the Air Force. No. So yeah, I was in the Air Force, and yeah, right. Yeah, more like the chair force. My job was very much in the realm of chair force. Human resources. Yeah, very, very chair force type of job. And I never deployed, because why? What's the point of us going there? I always thought about, though, if we did deploy, what would they send us with? You know, I don't think they would send us with a gun, maybe like an automatic stapler, just open that puppy up and go recharge, you gotta put in the other staplers. Everyone ever get a paper cut? We could use paper, like them things hurt. What would our slogan be? Maybe blood, guts, and paper cuts if we were to like go anywhere dangerous. If we were to actually deploy or be some type of HR special unit and be paratroopers, just imagine what we would bring to the table, though. Think about it. Motivational posters, snacks, team building exercises, annual reviews. We would scare the enemy, you guys. We could write a review on how bad and how shitty they're doing, and I think they would just stop going to war with us. It could work. If HR was in charge of like loading planes, like where you would load bombs, I think we would just drop printers on everyone. Them printers are pretty damn heavy. Like, imagine being the enemy and just like looking at the sky and you see a big printer just coming right at you. That could do some damage to somebody. We'd have to drop a lot though, like one enemy at a time or something. I get sure. Okay, so I'm gonna do some newer stuff. I kind of have to look at these because I kind of wrote these earlier this week, but I want to talk about how we all pick on each other. Like when you're in the military, we all pick on each other in the branches, but we really are brothers and sisters in arms. But if you think about like birth order, we're pretty much like brothers and sisters in arms. So you get the Army, they're like the oldest. They're more experienced, they're a little jaded. They set the example for everyone and they have to learn to share. The Navy, they're the second child. They have a take it or leave it attitude. They want to outdo everyone. And they just, when they're angry, they go to their room for 6 months and then they come out. Marines. So they used to be the youngest, but now they're that toddler that just wants to fight everybody. The Coast Guard. They're like the redheaded stepchild. So they live with their other family and they only come around the holidays. Air Force, my favorite. We're the youngest, we're the spoiled. We get the new toys, and everyone is jealous of us. Space Force, man. So they're the baby in mama's tummy. Like, we don't know what it's gonna look like or what it's gonna act like or be like, and we're all just like, what the hell is going on here? We all have assumptions about each other. We always pick on the Marines for like the crayon thing. But if you think about it, we all play a part in the crayon operations. Air Force, we make the crayons and we distribute them. Good laugh. What branch were you?
Oh, a Navy. It started out.
Oh, you're gonna love this joke. Okay, all right, good. All right, so we make them. Air Force makes them. Army, they're told to shut up and color with their crayons. Navy, they put them in places you guys do not want to know about. Marines, of course, we know they eat them. The Coast Guard, they just pick up litter every now and then off the shore. And of course, like, we don't even know what the Space Force does with them yet. And if you ever, so I had a coworker who was a civilian who was in the Marine Corps, and his nickname was Crayola because he was the Marines, and that was the running joke. And when I left the unit, my parting gift to him was a box of crayons. And he's like, "Oh, all my favorite flavors." And no, you think of crayons, they're kind of like Kool-Aid. Like, no one says like what the actual flavor is. They're like, "Oh, red, it's my favorite flavor." It's very much like Kool-Aid. Sure. I heard someone say sure. Oh, you guys just talking to each other. Okay, up here. No, we're just kidding. I'm just kidding. So military, it ages you like dog years. Like, every year you're in service, it's like 7 years onto your body. Anyone else second that? Yeah, I get some head shakes. So like, my knees, they started to hurt at 20. And then like 25, I think I had to pop my back before I could even get out of bed in the morning. And now I'm almost 30, and my friends and I, we sit around as veterans and we talk about the good old days, and we complain about the up and coming generation of active duty military. So most people, they do join the military for a reason. One of my reasons was travel. And I'm from Tennessee, and I came to Offutt Air Force Base, and I was there the whole time, and I never left. So don't get me wrong, Offutt's not bad. When I got my assignment to Offutt, I was extremely excited. Okay, it's not what you think. Let me explain. I thought it was Germany. True story, man. Imagine the look on my poor instructor's face, who was just like, yeah, I'm going to Nebraska. I'm like, where's that? Is it by a beach? Nope. And we were crazy enough to decide to stay here. So I got out 4 years ago, and I do what most people do. I started some hobbies and going to school. And one of my favorite hobbies is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So if anyone want to fight afterwards, just let me know. Okay, I'll take on a Marine. No, just kidding. Do not come after me. Okay. But if you don't know what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is, it's kind of like UFC without like the kicking and punching, all the ground stuff they do, all the chokes and the arm bars, all of that fun stuff. And we actually have a lot of fun names for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just to give you a good picture of what it looks like. Involuntary yoga, aggressive cuddling, hug of war, bathrobe wrestling, murder LARPing, recreational strangling, and Claude Kama Sutra, but in Portuguese. So I have a funny jiu-jitsu story. And one time, it was right after practice, and there was this more seasoned gentleman talking to a guy who just walked into the gym that day. And he was pretty much telling him, man to man, in jiu-jitsu, you're going to get submitted, you're going to get choked out, you kind of got to leave your ego at the door kind of thing. So I overhear this conversation, and so I walk over to them, and I'm like, you know why women are so good at this sport? They're like, why? I'm like, because women don't mind being choked. Their face was like wide open. I was like, you gentlemen have a lovely night. And I'm sure that left something in their mind. So I got my bachelor's degree a couple years ago, and I'm currently working on my master's, getting my degree in counseling. So this organization is right up my alley. Oh, did I hear a woo? Yeah. Yeah, are you a counselor too? Oh, well, you're amazing. You want to be a client for free? No. No, she don't need help. So we didn't really tell you guys this, but this is not actually a comedy show. This is a group mental health evaluation. I don't know what you guys did to end up here, but now you all each owe me $100. So I'm sure there. What's that? You paid at the door? Okay, well, I'll be taking all that. No. I'm unsure of the population I want to work with. I could work with veterans. I could work with kids. I could work in the prison population. If I do that, I might need my automatic stapler. So might need that for some protection. Maybe bring some stack of papers and a printer. I could work in marriage counseling. I've been married 5 years, so I know everything by now. Right. It's typical of that. Like, I've only been married a few years. I know everything. Who in here do you think you've been married the longest? How long, sir?
30 years Monday.
Oh my God, 30 years Monday. Is that your lovely wife? Why aren't you holding hands? Yeah, they've been married too long. That's the thing. That's how you know. Anyone else? 4? Oh my God. And they ain't holding hands either. So what is that? Gotta tell you guys. No. Or were you in the service, sir? What branch? Okay. He's gonna fight me afterwards. He's coming for me. Oh man. So my husband, he's my experimental client right now. I like to analyze his behavior, and I ask him a lot of reflective questions like, "And how does that make you feel?" He never really catches on, but it's pretty funny. So, do you guys have any advice for those that have been married pretty young? Either of you guys?
She's always right.
She's always right. That's what he said.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear? What about you, sir?
If you think you're right, just ask her.
You think you're right, just ask her. Those are all really good. I need to bring those to the table to my husband. Which, actually, funny story, my husband right now is in boot camp, or I should say summer camp, because he's also going Air Force. So he graduates next week, so that's going to be fun. I'm going to go down to Texas, and I'm going to be laughing at all of you guys because it's supposed to snow on Tuesday. So my husband and I, we are both Christians. We try to go by the typical stereotypes, not really, but like gender roles type of thing. And I don't know if anyone knows this, but in the Bible, it says that the husband is supposed to make the wife coffee. Hebrews, it's in there. That or they better fetch us some Starbucks. What? Yes, ma'am, what? You're going to tell him to read his Bible, aren't you?
No, it was like probably 2 years ago. We were on vacation together.
So they're on vacation together. We'll repeat this back.
And he ended up, I was sleeping.
So she was sleeping.
The gentleman he ran into said exactly what you are saying.
So great minds think alike. So he is
No,
playing his
no.
role. No?
This wasn't him.
Okay.
This was some.
Oh. Was this some dude off the street?
It was an older gentleman.
Oh.
Like
He must have been married for 40 years, right?
yeah, more, way more.
Oh, more. Okay.
Way more because he said he's been bringing his wife
Coffee every day, right? Was that every day? Okay.
for
So he's got to learn.
and so ever since
Like,
then,
no.
ever since then, he's been bringing it
Oh, so ever since then he's been. So you learned something that day. Did that gentleman tell you read your Bible? Is that what it was?
It
Amen.
was about the Bible.
That's pretty
It
funny.
was about the Bible.
I love
We've
that.
been married for like 26 years.
Okay, that's quite a bit too. Because we got 30, 40, 20. That's pretty. So what's your advice, sir? Because you're just. He ain't holding her hand either.
I've been doing it for many years prior to that, but yeah.
There you go. That's pretty good. Wow, that's awesome. I love how someone else had that going for them. So one time, I had some hearing issues, and I asked my pastor if he could pray for my hearing, and so he placed his hands on my ears and started praying. He's like, "How do you feel?" And I'm like, "Well, I won't know until Monday when my hearing is in front of the judge." So. Yeah, that's another good one. All right, so this is my last, I guess, couple things here about mental health and about going into the field. It's a wonderful field. You get to help people. And in this generation and this time that we're living in, it has been very prevalent in like the news and social media, which for me is a very good job security. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But it's a very important issue. It's good to help people out. And I give it out to like the older veterans because for the longest time, like us newer veterans, we're treated like gold when we get out. And they were the ones who set the precedent for us to get better care. So I thank you guys for that. And then I'm going to end this on a quote. It's from a very famous philosopher and entrepreneur. Plankton from SpongeBob. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you all in therapy.
Raise that up a bit. Give it up one more time for Katie Gonzalez. Yeah. All right, now that Katie's set is over, that ends the question and answer session of the show, everybody. So just keep that in mind. Hey, I want to let you guys know all the comics on the lineup tonight were all veterans, except for this next guy. He's a really good friend of mine. He's really funny, but this is kind of like stolen valor, the fact that he's on the show. So give him shit afterwards. But welcome him to the stage, the very funny Ben Weber.
It's me, the civilian. What's up, you guys? I'm gonna do my best, okay? I'm gonna do my very best for you. It's all right. Hell yeah, dude. You guys, my grandpa served in Korea. Hell yeah, dude. My great uncle served in Vietnam, and I serve in a restaurant. What's up, dude? How you want that steak done? You know, sir, yes, sir, or whatever. Dude. Okay, that's my only one. That's all I got for you guys. Hell yeah. No, they were talking about marriage before, you guys. I did get married this year. Full blown, dude. I'm wedded. You can clap. You don't have to. I got weak numbers, dude. Weak numbers compared to 40 years, dude. I got weak numbers. But no, I got an international wife, full blown. International. I got a European gal, dude. Trying to keep her in the country, you know? I thought it was going to be so simple. I was like, Joe Biden, we did it. She's American now. We're hitched. No, dude, they want you to prove it to them. They want you to prove the marriage to them, which is just crazy. You know, they want like personal text messages, you know, photos throughout the relationship. That's crazy, man. I think I'm going to send one intimate video, you know? Just really prove it to these people, you know? Just like her shaving my back. Popping a couple butt pimps for me. Dude, that's intimacy, man. That's true love. That is, these are jobs Americans don't want to do, you know? I'm just trying to outsource these things, man. But she's a sweet lady. She'd be so pissed if she heard me say that. She's a good gal. Now that's interesting. You know, we've been together for a while. I waited a long time. By the time I proposed, I thought they were going to congratulate me. They were like, finally. You know, that was kind of the sentiment. But she knows me really well, man. I mean, a little too well, to be honest with you. Like we were watching TV the other day, And I'm just trying to get comfy on the couch. I'm just trying to be cozy, dude. So my hand maybe makes its way to my shorts, just starts scratching a little, just trying to get cozy, dude. And then she's like, Ben, could you not scratch your nuts right next to me? And I can tell based on positioning, she can't really see where my hand is. So I'm just like, don't worry, babe, I'm not. I wouldn't do that. But then she said something I wasn't ready for, which was, I don't need to see where your hand is. It's just the way your mouth is hanging open. Dude, knows me too well. I'm a mouth breather, dude. I had no idea. She got me down. No, that's fun. Now, Katie was talking about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Hey, BJJ, hey, giddy up, dude. In my house, a lot of times I like to get a massage in, because a massage a lot of times leads to something a little more fun. You know what I mean? But my lady's privy to the game, so it's kind of like MMA, Like if I get her back, it's almost a guaranteed tap. MMA, throw a little D in there, dude. MDMA, mixed domestic marital arts or something. I'm still working on that one. I'm working it out. No, it's a love, dude. It wasn't always like this, though. I wasn't always this blessed with the ladies. They have a name for what I was back in high school. We didn't have a name for it. You guys heard of a simp? Ever heard of this? Basically, you just really like ladies, but you can't get them. That's kind of it. But no, I thought I was just writing like old English love texts. I thought that was the thing. I was just writing old English love texts, man. Just like, oh Hannah, art thou craving a banana? My loins burn like shots of fireball. Could I throw my hot dog down your hole? I see now why it didn't work. I was trying my best, though, dude. I was really trying my best back then. No, that's silly. We went on a vacation this last year. Actually, took a little vacation over to Colorado. It was pretty sick, dude. We went hiking. We were reading about this national park online, and everything we're reading is just like, it's going to be a vigorous hike, strenuous. They're using words like this, bring liters of water. So we stocked up, dude. I went to a Bass Pro Shops. I got all my gear, dude. I got one of those waters that goes over your shoulder. I was prepped, dude. I was ready to go. But we got there. The hike was 1.5 miles. It's absolutely nothing, dude. I went to school in South Dakota. The walk to school was longer than that. My mom never sent water. 0 times did she send water. Not right. But no, I was almost angry about it. I was almost really upset about the whole thing until I had to go number 2 in the national park. Woo! You guys in the back couldn't hear that. Someone next door went, woo! That's how I feel when I get a good one out, a nice solid one, like James was saying. But no, I had to go number 2 in a national park. And you guys, those are Teddy's trees, You can't just go pooping in those trees, man. So it's like a federal offense if you take a leaf off a tree. Can you imagine if you wiped with it? What would they get you with, So you got to use porta potties, man. And I hate porta potties. I don't know if you guys can relate. Porta potties can be terrible, man. Sometimes you go in a porta potty and you're like, this is one mouth these cheeks are not going to kiss. I refuse. So I'm going to have to hover over this toilet. And you've got 3 points of contact in a porta potty. You got your 2 feet on the ground, of course, and then you got the toilet paper dispenser. That's it. And I'm starting to settle into my squat. I'm getting ready. And I realize the grip and the torque that I'm getting out of the pair of Merrells I'm wearing is second to none, man. I'm like a Beyblade about to rip one in the arena, I tore one in there for America, all right? For Teddy, Hell yeah, you can clap. You don't have to. It's cool. No, speaking of going number 2, I got a friend that's been trying to get me into bidets. We got any bidets out there? Whoa, rare, dude. It's rare in Nebraska. Good for you guys. They are living the life, man. But no, he's been trying to get me into bidets. He's like, you got to get paper out of the bathroom, man. He's an environmentalist. You got to get paper out of there, which I just think is crazy. Because, how are you going to know when you're done? A little temperature check with the finger? No way, dude. No way. I'm a hard facts guy myself, I want you to put the facts on paper for me. Is it still dirty? Do I need to keep going? But no, I do work in a restaurant. I actually learned...
told, so I'm not going there.
Hey, I'm not telling, dude. My boss will be pissed. But no, I learned my wiping method in the restaurant, actually. Kind of translated over. And I'll tell you guys, I'll break it down for you. I'm a big wet wipe man myself. So you got to go toilet paper, wet wipe. Because you got to sweep before you mop. You don't get the big pieces out. You're just going to be smushing dirt around the whole time. Dude. You're not going to get anywhere with that. That's silly. That's full-blown silly, man. No, my same buddy was telling me he showers twice a day, every single day. Twice a day, every day. I was like, man, you use a lot of water. You know, for an environmentalist, you use a lot of water, man. That's crazy. That's like how much you're supposed to brush your teeth. You know, that's what I told him. And he's like, yeah, it's basically the same, you know, just as important, man. I was like, just as important? So what, if I don't scrub my armpit, is my arm going to fall off? I don't think so. But you guys, I've never actually flossed my booty before. I've got a huge cavity back here. This thing, it's going all the way through. I think it's coming out my mouth. Dude, I'm going to see a dentist about it. It's a deep cavity, dude. Get a tooth canal, you know? Okay, that's a bad one. That's rough, man. That was a roughie. Hell yeah, dude. What else should I tell you guys about? Full-blown Catholic. I was a Catholic boy. Yeah, man. Sweet Catholic boy. I went to Catholic school and everything. It's crazy, man. You go to Catholic school, everything's for the Lord. Top to bottom, it's for the Lord. You go to a football game, they're like, let's lay out these Gentiles. You know, for the Lord. The bartender's feeling it right now, dude. It's true, man. You go to a band concert, the girl next to you is like, I'm going to rip this clarinet solo for the Lord, you know, or whatever. But then me and my friends after the band concert in my car, like, let's rip this bong for the Lord. I love Jesus so much. It's pretty hype, dude. Or if you're my parents, they had one of those paintings of Jesus up above their bed, but one that like makes eye contact with you no matter where you go, you know? So I'm just thinking every time they're getting spicy, he's just dual wielding eye contact with them, you know? It's like a Mexican standoff, you know? Don't pull out, you know? All right, that's a fun. That's goofy. My mom would be so pissed, dude. I'm so glad she's not here. She'd be fuming mad if she heard this, man. You guys are cool.
She didn't raise you that way.
Yeah, exactly, dude. She did not raise me this way. It was all the Jesus and drugs that got me. Oh, man. No, we used to do a lot of skits about the Lord in Catholic school. We do a lot of skits about the Lord. Typically just the same one every year where they put them up there, which is just a somber occasion. You know, do a fun one sometimes, but they pick every year. They just pick like a ripped senior to play Jesus that just looked good once they took his clothes off, you know, which is unfair in my opinion. You know, I've got a little gut and some titties on me. Body positivity, man. They should have put me up there. You know, I wanted to play him. B cup Jesus. That's pretty cute. I'll be honest with you, I think that's pretty cute. The apostles are just like scooping him and titty twisting him, you know. Stop. Okay, yeah, someone said Jesus. And it's true. That's what I wanted to play, man. I was trying. No, that's silly as hell, dude. What else, you guys? Thank you. Yeah, you can just feign a clap for me. You saw me struggling. I was like, what's the next bit, dude? No, we're having a good time, man. We're having a good time. I'll tell you guys about this. This is a fun one. I wanted to be in the Boy Scouts. We got any scouts out there? Oh, hey, all right, giddy up. A couple scouts. We didn't have the money for it. My mom was like, sorry, we're not doing the Boy Scouts. Dude, your sister took too many dance classes. Dude, no Boy Scouts, man. I got real sad. I was like 10 years old. You know, I just wanted to be a little scout, dude. So me and my boys, we just decided to go out in the woods, be scouts on our own, you know, do it our own way. Just like four boys taking their bikes out in the woods, you know. But we found when we were in the woods, we found a Playboy magazine. Yeah, I must be one of the last ones. Everybody was finding it online. In the real world, dude. I'm real deal. I'm just like you guys, you know. I found it on paper. But it was crazy, dude. We're like, yeah, it's like Stand By Me, 4 10-year-old boys out in the woods. But once we found the magazine, pretty quickly it turned into like, Don't Stand By Me, Step away, give me this magazine for a second. I'm not sure what's happening. Which is great. Yeah, I don't want to dip into that. No. So we're looking at the magazine, right? We're looking at the magazine, and we all realize the issue that's coming up is we all want to look at it, but we don't want to look at each other. So we formed a little circle of boys, back to back, and just kind of like pass it around. And then you just wait your turn and it'll come back around. So forget about the Boy Scouts, man. We made a compass all on our own. Hell yeah. I was scrambling for a bit, and that's what I found, you guys. I was like, what's in the back of your brain? That's silly, man. No, I do have a little bit anxiety, a little bit depression. It's pretty cool. I try to combat it with weed. That was what I tried to do. Doesn't really work. You just get more anxious a lot of the time. But that's what I tried. That's what I went for. And the thing about it, when you're smoking weed, is like you're always accidentally doing the wrong thing, which is frustrating, man. I'd like to accidentally do the right thing sometimes, Just like, oh, what the heck, I'm early. How could I let this happen, I got high and ate all these carrots. This is terrible, dude. But I used to get high and do the right thing all the time, because I would get stoned and I'd go hang out with my dementia grandma, which was awesome, because like you get high and you hang out with your dementia grandma, it's like you're a soldier in the trench with her, You're both just like trying to remember stuff. The nurse comes in like, did you guys eat already? And we're both like, I don't know, I could eat again. That's pretty chill. We used to hang all the time. I think they could make a game show out of that, honestly. They take like regular older folks, get them stoned, put them against dementia older folks. They could play fun games like who can stare into the distance longer. And then you give it a silly name like, is it dank or is it dementia? That would crush on Netflix, just by name alone. No, that's silly. I know she did pass away. R.I.P. Dementia Grams. We'll see you next time. Sweet lady, though. We went to her funeral. I actually did some music for the funeral. What can I say? Multi-talented. But midway through one of the songs, I forgot some of the lyrics. I was just like, Grandma, are you haunting me already? This is terrible. No, it got me thinking, actually. She was big into Andrea Bocelli. Everybody heard of this guy? Andrea Bocelli's like a great blind singer. He crushes, dude. He's so good. But once this happened, I started thinking like, dude, Andrea Bocelli's cheating, man. Anytime that he forgets the lyrics, he can just put his hand in his pocket and just like read Braille. He's good to go, dude. Plus the anxiety. I mean, like he could come into this room, packed room. He'd have no idea. He'd just be like, oh, you want me to do it right here? No problem. No stress, dude. Anyways, Grandma. We're talking about Grandma. Dude, the funeral. We did a rosary at the funeral as well. You guys might know about rosaries. And speaking of Jesus before, the one that was at the front of this church was just absolutely shredded, dude. He was jacked. So the whole way through this rosary, I'm just looking at Jack Jesus up there. It's like, why, dude? How come? Why is Jesus so jacked, Well, I realized when we finished the rosary, his mom was the rosary lady, All he knew his whole life was 5 sets of 10 reps. Every time he got in trouble, 5 sets of 10 reps. He just got absolutely swollen, dude. Father, son, and the swollen bros. All right, that is silly. That might be too much, What else, you guys? What should I tell you? I'm going to do it. I'm going to peek. I've got something beautiful to tell you. I just don't want to forget it. Oh, dude, Grandma, Dad. I'll tell you about Dad now. You're my dad, a full-blown siege guy. You guys know about seizures? Hell yeah, dude. He used to seize out. He was pretty good with it. We used to call him Lil Seizure. Because one time he went with Dementia Grandma to Sam's Club, and he full-blown seized out. And the thing about it is when you wake up from a seizure, you don't really know what's going on. You're just kind of like out of it for 30 minutes. And so in the middle of a Sam's Club with my poor sweet grandma with him, he just like wakes up and he sweats bad. When he sees that, he sweats. So he just starts removing all of his clothes, dude. Middle of a Sam's Club, got down to his skivvies walking around, just like. So we call him Little Seizure because he was hot and he was ready, you know? He was good to go, dude. But he's had some iconic seizures, man. That was a good one. But my favorite, my personal favorite, was he seized out during taco night, ruined tacos for the family. He got them all spread out, you know, the soft shells, the hard shells, everything on the table. And then as soon as he sat down and it was time to eat, he just like, you know, right into the hard shell tacos. It's like, man, looks like we're having nachos now. Should have put the soft shells in front of you, Dad. Come on. But it was crazy, dude. It was actually the first time any of us had seen him seize out. So like my mom freaked out. She's like, Michael. And I was like 12 and I just like panicked, ran into the other room and started singing Rascal Flatts, you know. This isn't happening, you know. Life is a highway, man. I'm gonna ride it. Yeah, dude. But that was my move, man. I never got an emo phase, full blown. Never got one, dude. I was too sheltered. All my parents gave me for music was Christian, classical, and jazz. And how are you going to be depressed to jazz, you know? It's like, man, these moods are swinging. It doesn't work, dude. It just does not work. So we found country music. My sister brought home country music one day. That's where I put my emo phase, dude. Basically, emo phase was Toby Keith. I don't know if you guys remember, dude. Early 2000s, he was making some real patriotic music. And post 9/11, it's just like, I can't believe they did this to our country, man. That's where I put all my emotion, dude. Yeah, I was supposed to do that before the Rascal Flatts bit, I just realized. You guys get it, though. It all ties together. But no, Toby Keith, big fan, man. Full emo phase. What else, dude? I'm going to peek again. You guys, I'm doing it. I'm scrambling right now. I'm full-blown scrambling. What should I talk about? Do you guys have a suggestion? 9/11? Oh, dude. Brutal. I already did. Yes, I'm winning. Dad seizures. We already did that, man. There's more. Weeds. Oh, dude, you guys garden? Got any gardeners in the room? Okay, one. That's cool, dude. I live in an apartment. I'm getting it done, dude. I'm prepared for the apocalypse, dude. I'm good to go. I'm going to grow my little English cucumbers and tomatoes, you know. I'm going to crush it, man. But no, gardening's crazy, dude. If you guys don't know about it, you got to pollinate those plants. Like nature's supposed to do it, but if nature doesn't get the job done, you got to step in, you know? So my neighbors will just be walking by while I'm just like teasing little tomato plants, dude. Good morning. Oh, yeah, you like that. You know? It's crazy, dude. That is wild. And tomatoes are kinky, man. They like getting tied up and stuff, you know? They are nuts. But we did English cucumbers this year. We did English cucumbers, and that's a male and a female pollination situation, you know? So we only had the one plant. I had to put this poor plant through like plant incest, essentially, which is, it's brutal. English cucumber, that's basically like British royalty, you know? So every time you're making them kiss, you can just kind of hear like, oh, the British are coming today. It's nuts, dude. But no, nature is supposed to pollinate those plants, you guys. Nature's supposed to do it. Bumblebees are supposed to pollinate those plants. Plants are basically just like nudists, you know? They just like leave their stuff hanging in the wind all day. Bees come by, just like nature's little mobile vibrators, you know? Buzzing all over the plant, you know? Dude, it's crazy. The plant's just standing there and the bees just like, you know? The plant just starts spraying everywhere. The bee's like, oh, I'll collect all this seed and take it to my queen, you know? Build her a castle. And then we're just like, that'd be really good on toast. Have it with tea and a biscuit or something, you know? That's crazy, dude. I think I'll leave you guys with one more here. We'll get on out of here. I told you I was married, full blown. My wife's been listening to this podcast recently about keeping it fresh in the bedroom. We've been married 6 months, you guys. I'm crushing it, dude. I'm crushing it as a husband, you know? But no, what they're saying in this podcast, all you got to do to keep it fresh in the bedroom is just communicate. That's all you got to do. And I told her, babe, I work in a restaurant. All we do is communicate. It's going to translate right over, you know? Oh, coming in right behind you. How's everything tasting tonight? I'm gonna come right back and clear this up, you know? And here's the check. My name is Ben Weber. You guys have a great rest of your night. Give it up for James.
Ben Weber, let him hear it. Yeah. Holy shit. All right, right now we're gonna bring up the organizer of the evening tonight. He's the one who made all of this possible. Please welcome Scott Fredenberg. Come on, hurry up, Scott. Jesus Christ, let's go. All right, let him hear it. All right, Scott, everybody, yeah.
Hey, so I just want to talk to you all for a few minutes about a couple things. I started this organization last year in July. In 2020, I had a battle buddy that committed suicide, and I know mental health is a huge issue with veterans. A lot of times, veterans, in this world, they're going to be too brave and too proud to show that they are struggling with mental health and everything. So over this last year and a half, we've raised nearly $4,000. We've donated to existing organizations. Probably made about 5 different donations so far to equal that amount. Throughout the way, I will tell you that I have met all sorts of great people. Over here, back behind the lights over here, we have Donald Dunn. I was on his podcast. He has a podcast called Two Drunk Dudes in the Gun Room. He's an Army vet. He's from Rolla, Missouri. He's a Lincoln native, like Northeast High School, correct? He is live streaming this show tonight. So he's currently, I think he said he's posting it on 3 YouTube channels, 4 Facebook pages, and 3 websites. So he's live streaming that. So people who can't be here tonight can see it as far as I go. Also, you'll notice on the tables, there's a printout that has a scan code on it. Easy way to help our organization out to spread awareness is before this night is over, I want everybody in here to scan that code and follow the directions on there and invite everyone on your friends list to Ruck It Up for Warriors so they can follow us. We did this about a week and a half ago. I posted it on my page. And we went from 674 followers to where we have over 2,000 followers in about a week and a half. So that's just off like about 15 of my friends and family members sharing it. We have 140 some people in here. Let's get some awareness going. Last thing I want to talk about is a gentleman right here that's going to come up on stage. His name is Jason Steiner. He's one of the great veterans that I've met since I started this organization. He runs this organization called Hero Stock. They do, I'll let him pimp out his organization. 5 minutes of your time for Jason Steiner. I'm going to let him talk.
As Scott said, I'm Jason Steiner. I'm the founder of Hero Stock. Let's give it up for Scott for tonight. This is an awesome night. Last year, we founded Hero Stock. We had our first event. Ended up having 1,000 people come out to it. It was a pretty incredible night. We actually are a threefold nonprofit. Our first piece is to bring in veteran first responders and Gold Star families. We want to honor our nation's heroes. I know we have some first responders in the room. Thank you for what you do day in and day out. It is a job that most people will not want and most people will not do. So thank you. The second piece of what we do is we bring in nonprofits, and we bring in these vetted nonprofits that are amazing, like Ruck It Up for Warriors, like the VFW 4626, Ryan Buck, he's back here. We bring in these people and they get to set up a table and talk about what they do, and we can expose all of our veteran and first responders to all these amazing nonprofits that we have within the state of Nebraska. The third piece is we bring in veteran singers, veteran and first responders, singers and bands. And last year we ended up putting 6 on stage. We had guys coming in from Nashville. It ended up being a really cool event. And we have now expanded that. We're going to Rolla, Missouri this year. We're going to Nashville, and we're doing 2 events in Nebraska. There's a flyer on all the tables. Make sure you take a look at it. September 13, 14, Ashland area. We haven't set the venue yet. We do know that we have Scotty Hastings coming in. He is a combat wounded veteran, took 10 bullets in Afghanistan from his left thigh to his right shoulder. He has just signed with Black River Entertainment, and he has a song dropping February 9th. It's called I'm America. Make sure you go on a pre-save because it is going to be one that will blow you away. That's pretty much all I got tonight. Make sure you check out the nonprofits that are here. Make sure you follow us, share our pages, get the information out there, and let's bring up the next comedian.
Thank you. Give it up for Brendan Steiner one more time. And his daughter Bree sang that beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner at the start. So give it up for her one more time. And make sure you check out their organizations. And let's get this comedy show going. This next comic, really funny dude. He's been doing it for a long time. He's performed all over the country. He started in DC. Please welcome the very funny Terrence Gawith.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to Rosie's, everybody. How the hell are y'all doing this far? Yeah, we're going to pick it back up a little bit, all right? I know we got it talking to you. Let's pick this shit back up. It is cold outside, yeah? God damn, man. Like, as if I needed any help making my penis look any smaller. Like, my shit's walking around looking like it's got on a turtleneck now. Like, what the fuck? This is the kind of cold that keeps miserable couples together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sick of you, you filthy bitch. Boom. And they're like, all right, I think I can wait this out till the windshield comes back. I think we can talk about this till at least March, woman. What do you think? Should get a little stir crazy. I almost got stir crazy. Anybody else get stir crazy? I didn't get crazy like that dude that was driving the Bobcat, though. I seen everybody online like, what was he on? What was that man thinking? They didn't ask the real question. Was he actually ever certified to drive that fucking Bobcat? Like, we live in a society where it's not about individual responsibility. Where is his supervisor? All right? That pencil whipping son of a bitch probably did something. Fuck. Oh. No, I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm not meaning to do that. Yeah, we're here for the troops, man. We're here for the troops. Give it up for the troops. I love doing stuff with it. This is my second year. I'm honored to be back. That means I either did really great last year or they just don't have that many veteran comics. Fuck it, y'all are about to find out. Oh, man, I love the military, man. I think it's just because we're built different, man. Like, we're just built different. I don't have to tell y'all this is jokes and don't worry about being offended. You know what I mean? Because we're just built different. Like, my first ever call as a young airman was a suicide for a tech sergeant on base. He started a pistol in front of his 2 children. And I'll never forget the thing that my staff sergeant in charge of me said at that time. Well, that's one way to get out of PT. And I said, God damn. We are built different. Y'all ain't got to laugh, but you can laugh with me because that's the only fucking thing you can do, all right? Oh, I love the troops. I really do, man. Except those ones that berate the cashier at Famous Footwear because they don't offer military discount. We all know that dude. I hate the shit out of that dude. That's the type of dude that says he got 1,600 souls off of one deployment during one enlistment from the Nebraska National Guard. You know what I mean? Like, facts. You guys all know that motherfucker that always lied about his service and stuff. It's like, how are you a warrior when your waistline is built like Lizzo, bitch? Like, what the fuck? The only thing that gasps when you walk in the room are the servers behind the back. Shit, man. He's back. It's crazy, man. Crazy. It's good cause. I support the troops, but only halfway, all right? Just because I was troops. I always get uncomfortable when people thank me for my service. Like, I feel like, yeah, I did some shit, but the majority of it was just doing bag drags at 3 o'clock because somebody got picked on in high school and made staff sergeant later on, you know? Thanks, I guess, but fuck. All right, we got that out of the way, man. I'm in the big D club. Anybody else? Yeah. It was a female that said it, yeah? Okay. Normally you get dudes like, yeah, and it's like, oh, you've been divorced. Okay, I get it. You've been divorced, ma'am? Somebody? No? All right. I've been divorced. Yeah, that's good, good. Anybody else been divorced in here? Yeah, twice. That's how I know you're military, my guy. Some of y'all are saying, oh, I'm a veteran and you ain't got a divorce on you. I'm kind of looking at you sideways. I don't think you actually served. Yeah, man. It was irreconcilable differences for me many, many moons ago. I got divorced. Irreconcilable differences. Turns out we just couldn't see eye to eye. Like she wanted to have sex with other dudes and I didn't, you know. Shit sucked. And stuff gets said when you're going through a divorce. And I'll never forget one of the things she said to me. She said, sex with you this entire 6.5 years has been like a chore. And I looked right at her and I said, well, I wish you would have told me that years ago. Because I'd have grounded your fucking ass for not doing your chores, bitch. Like, what the upset the hell out of me, man. She had the nerve to come in like one of the last few times before she was kicked out completely. She comes in, she said, I want you to know that the thought of me fucking Jamie eats you up inside. And I said, I want you to know that you're in my house and the thought of you fucking Jamie makes me want to go to jail right the fuck now, lady. Like, you should think wisely about your words. And if that hit a little too close to home for y'all, you can fucking ride or not. We're good. I didn't kill her, I promise. I just thought about it. More so him, though, because it was just, I don't know. But anyways, I'm not here to tell a sad story. This is a happy story. I'll never forget when I went to consult the lawyer, man. When I went to consult the lawyer, he's like, hey, just get one thing straight, fella. She did you a damn favor. And I said, sir, I don't know about you, but my favors never include the woman I'm with taking a penis that doesn't belong to me. Like, sounds like your favors are more like kinks, my guy. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on, but he was right, man. All these years later, I'm actually happily married again. I'm in a better marriage. And I know it because we have fights over dumb shit, y'all. We fought over 2 words the other day that just don't even make sense, and none of them were cuss words. We fought over meat juice. Because I came home and she said, I'm sorry, I didn't have time to make the gravy, but I left the meat juice. I said, yeah, that makes sense because every time we've gone out to Denny's, you get the Grand Slam and I get the biscuits and the meat juice. Like, what the fuck are we doing, Lynch? And then I got more mad because she tried to double down. She was like, well, technically, gravy is a meat juice. I said, technically, cereal's breakfast soup. But again, bitch, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is that white privilege they talk about on the internet with white ladies all the time, just changing up definitions of shit. Just free willy-nilly, you know? Fuck. We argued over something because she's a mom now, you know, she was kind of feeling a little insecure. I think she's got no reason, but she looked at me and she said, do you think I need a boob job? I said, look, babe, to me, fake tits are like fake plants. I can't tell the difference unless my hands are on them, you know? And I'm going to come on them either way, so it don't. I saw a couple of y'all just kind of go dead in the face. Apparently, you've never got freaky with a faux fern like I have. But let me tell you, a little bit of Jameson and some Sprite on a Friday night feels good. All right, let me see if y'all are riding with me or not. This is where I'm going to take a turn. I don't give a fuck. We got into a fight because I uploaded a picture of my son to Facebook. He had his shirt off. He had a bunch of peel-on little tattoos because he wanted to look like daddy. I thought it was cute. I uploaded it. My wife said, hey, there's creeps online that will do things to that photo. I said, you're right. But as I got to thinking about it, I was like, you know what? These perverts better beat off to my baby boy. God damn it, he's beautiful. You serious? Like, look, I'm not saying any kid deserves to be touched. I'm just saying I've seen the ones that have in news. They're like a 2, all right? My son's at least a 6.5. Like, and I'm not pro touching kids. I'm just pro my son. So fuck that. Don't judge me. That's all right. Y'all can stare at me. We're going to keep going this train in this direction. I don't give a fuck. I'm having fun. I am a father. I got 2 kids, as I like to call them, skeet receipts. Yeah. Because everybody in here can recognize the fact that kids are really just orgasms that you like enough to keep and name. You know what I mean? Like, all right, it's been 3 months. Let's name this little son of a bitch. That's my pro-abortion policy too. I'm like pro-abortion within reason, right? 3 to 4 months maximum after birth. Like you gotta make sure I'm attached to this little thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be paying for it all this time if I barely even like you. I did that in one marriage, goddammit. It sucked then. I'm not doing it again. Oh man. Married with these kids. I got 2 kids, 1 of each, male, female. I don't know if you're supposed to say that now, but it is. It's not me saying I'm anti-trans. I'm actually pro-trans. If my son comes out and tells me he's trans, I'm going to support the fuck out of it. Because that means I get to take his allowance from $10 and make hers $7.50. You know, like, I'm getting social clout and I'm saving money, damn it. Plus, man, I feel like if I ever had a transgender son, it'd be nice to have an Olympian in the family. Like, it's just... I'm never going to have to worry about him coming home saying, I just sucked at this sport today. You know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. So, love my kids, man. Love it. I'm also, if you couldn't tell by the way I dress, I am thoroughbred white trash. Yeah. And being white trash is kind of like being gay to me, right? Like, I don't have a problem. I'm never going to call you out, but I can usually tell by looking at you. But I want to make things straight. When I said I'm thoroughbred white trash, I'm not so white trash that I had sex with my sister, all right? Because we're adults and our schedules haven't matched up yet. She catches a free weekend, I catch a free weekend. I'm going to carve out time for a family, all right? And some of y'all are like, ooh, what are you thinking? You haven't seen my sister, all right? If you have, you know if I don't do it, nobody else will. Like, she is ugly as shit, y'all. Like, my sister's so ugly, you just maintain eye contact the whole time so you don't see how fucked up everything else is. She's like, yeah. I love being white trash. People assume I'm racist. I'm not. The only time I say the N-word is when I'm reading Huckleberry Finn or I'm in traffic, you know? Oh, I'm the only racist in a traffic jam? Okay. Fuck you liars. Every one of y'all has done a shitty Asian accent at least 3 times in the last year. Exactly. Oh man, I'm not racist, but it's fun. I can't read Asian people's facial expressions though. I will say that. I can't tell if they're happy, sad, or just focused real hard. You know, it's just zoning in on the moment. And if you are Asian, I'm sorry. I don't mean any of this. We just don't have any good white people jokes. But I can try some of them out, right? Like I remember I got insulted by a friend of mine because I was like, man, you know, white people don't have any good racial epithets. You got all kinds for black folks, Mexicans, Asians. You don't have any for white folks. That's when my friend corrected me. He said, you got white bread. So that's not intimidating, man. White bread, everybody eats it. You kind of use it for toast. Nobody uses it. He brought up cracker. I said, cracker ain't shit, man. You use that when you're sick. Everybody has it with chicken noodle soup. That's when he threw it for a curveball. He said, I got one for you, bro. I said, what you got? He said, bird shit. I said, bird shit? And he said, yeah, because it's white than a motherfucker like you. And I said, damn. So I've been calling white people bird shit for the last 3 years. It's felt great. Because nobody gives a fuck if you're racist to white people. So all you bird shit looking motherfuckers can suck my dick. If that were any other race, I wouldn't have said that because I'd have gotten canceled immediately. Yeah, I'm having fun, man. Clearly, I'm not winning any dad awards, dad of the year awards. I remember the last Father's Day I had, my wife went and got that #1 dad coffee mug, and she just come up and said, hey, I just want you to know it's #1dad. I shook. I said, you're right. Because it's shit like this, man. I'm going to tell y'all, we've been together long enough. I'm going to finish it out. I'm going to tell you guys the story of this. The reason why I got that mug is because I accidentally got my 5-year-old son drunk recently. All right, and it was my fault because all I did was took my eyes off him for 2 very quick days. All right. That's true what they say. As a parent, if you take your eyes off your kids for even a second, they can absolutely become an alcoholic. And so it was my fault. I was cooking with whiskey. But in the same way that white women cook with wine in that meme they share, you know what I mean? I'm just sprinkling in comedy for this alcohol cry out, you know? Like, oh, please help me. It was so smooth too, man. It was peach whiskey, right? It was going down smooth for me. And it was obviously smooth for him because the moment he finished, he slammed his foot down, broke the glass and said, ah! Like he was auditioning for that fucking Pepsi commercial in 1992 with Ray Charles. I literally looked, I said, no, man, you're too young to be doing that. Wait till you're like 8, at least. Dude looked at me, it was crazy, man. Like in 5 short years, I get to witness this dude's first few steps and his first 12 steps. It's outrageous, man. And there was nothing I could do because by the time he finished the glass and slammed it down, it was too much. I knew I just had to sit there and wait and watch for signs of being drunk. I got suspicious when he started bopping and dancing to music that wasn't playing. I knew he was wasted when he kept crying and trying to grab my phone to text his ex-girlfriend. I looked at him, I said, hey man, there's plenty of fish in preschool, but I immediately felt like a pervert right after that. I was like, I take that back, son. I kind of like being able to move wherever I want without having to pre-notify my neighbors, you know? So we're sitting there. At one point, he passes out, right? He passes out. My wife looks at me. She says, what are we going to do? I said, we've been there before, babe. Grab the permanent markers. Let's draw some dicks on this motherfucker. Like, she looked at me. She's like, he's only 5. And I was like, rules are rules. And he fell asleep with his shoes on. Like, if you ain't going to set the example, goddammit, I will. It ended up with him, man. The only thing was he ended up pissing the bed later on, which wouldn't have been that big of a deal except for the fact he was 7.5 feet away from it when he fucking did it. No. Killed me. And if anybody out here is a cop or if you're a CPS worker and you're upset with the fact that I said I didn't watch my son for 4 days, or excuse me, 2 days. 2 days. I was kidding. It was 7. Oh, man. I'll actually tell you guys this real quick. We got into those arguments, like I said, with my wife. You ever get put in a dry spell because of arguments, fellas? Got to go a few days without getting some. You guys know how that goes. Yeah, when we were arguing, I was put on a dry spell that just started to make things look sexy that shouldn't have been sexy. Like, you guys know how it is, right? Like, the first few hours, you're okay. Then, like, day 3 and 4, you're like, fuck, oh, I gotta fuck something. Like, it was so crazy. It was like day 4 of the dry spell, man. I started to look at a tree that just looked sexy as hell to me. And I'm not even vegan. Like, it just started taking shapes and sizes and stuff I didn't expect. Like, it was just a normal tree at first, and all of a sudden it looked like a penis going into a woman's mouth. I had no idea what was going on. I tried to change it, so I go home and I turned on a couple of documentaries. But I messed up because I turned on Animal Planet ones, and they started covering all the mating patterns of lions going on. And so I was trying to get my mind off of sex, and I ended up taking fucking notes at the end of it. My wife got home later that day. I ended up jumping on her back, bit on her neck, and held her in place while I had sex with her. It was crazy, man. When I finally got it, y'all, I came so fast, I had to pretend like I heard somebody breaking in. Like, I said, oh, shit, who the fuck is this? I know somebody was out here. Somebody was knocking on the door, banging on something. She starts calling me back to bed. I said, there's 3,000 more feet of this square footage I got to cover, bitch. I can't come back yet. She's like, this house ain't even that big. I said, I need at least 25 more minutes. My name is Terrence Galwith. Y'all can follow me nowhere because I'm a nobody. Thank you all so much. Thank you for this cause and Rucking Up for Warriors in year number 2. Have a great fucking night, y'all. Get home safe. If I could get it in right. This is obviously the same problem my wife has with me. Now I know this was the visual aid I needed to get things right. Thank you. Have a great night, y'all.
Terrence Galwith, let him hear it. One more time, hell yeah. All right, we've reached your headliner. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for your headliner tonight? The This dude is really, really funny. He's performed all over the country. I'm looking to see. Are you ready? All right. Clap your hands together for our headliner, Billy Two Guns. He's walking all the way from the back, so keep clapping. Almost here. All right, yeah.
Hello, Rosies. If you have a drink in front of you, do me a favor. Raise your glasses for a toast. There's a birthday in the house tonight. My friend EJ Marshall. EJ, can you stand up? Come on, stand up. Look at that. Happy birthday to EJ. I had some of his friends write a few factoids down. I'm going to share those throughout my set. First and foremost, EJ stands for Ezekiel Jackson. That's Ezekiel Jackson Marshall, turning 61 today. First fun fact about, and I'm going to have to refer to some of these that they wrote. First fun fact about Mr. EJ. He loves to rub his meat before he sticks it in. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Hey, it says it on his shirt. I'm not making this up. So, as you're able tonight, walk over and each of you, please go give EJ a hug and read a shirt. Another fun fact about EJ, he used to be a daytime DJ at 106.3 The Blaze. But they had to let him go because he bitched about them not playing enough R&B there. And he kept telling black jokes. Good guy. Happy birthday, EJ. Hey, I was in and out of the room. Somebody touched on marriages and what have you. We've got some people in here that have been married quite a while. Anybody that's over 20 years? Well, actually, if you're married, please clap. I want to hear you. Okay. I won't ask about happily married. I'm just going to assume it's all there. Anybody 25 years or more? 30? We're going to find who's the senior married people here. So 35? That's amazing. 36? Wow. Roger.
40.
Yeah. Let's just jump to it. Congratulations. That's amazing. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I personally am very, very happily married. We just passed 8 years in December here, and you know, it's good work if you can get it. But, no, I mean I have a 22-year-old daughter, and I see some of the dating. Age appropriate. At the time, I was in my late 30s. But when you date a single girl in her 30s nowadays, first date goes well, you have a second one. After the second date, she's like, hey, why don't we quit bullshitting and lock this thing down? This is meant to be. What? Mess around and go on the third date, and it's like, hey, you're never cooking again. I'm going to cook all your meals for you. My mama and my sister are dying to meet you. What? You know, and I hate to admit this part because it makes me look bad, and it is bad. I dated a 24-year-old along this journey of today, and it never stopped talking. 24-year-olds aren't really human. They're just 24-year-olds. And they talk. In my defense, she was a very, very, very cute athlete, collegiate athlete. And she watched Fox News. I was like, wow, that's rare. So I was kind of intrigued. We hung out a little bit. Oh my goodness. She would come over and be like, you want to hear about my day? No. Well, anyway, oh my God. It would go from that story and morph into 3, 4, 5 different stories. So we started out about how her day went to which, I gotta quit. Yeah, get away from that. Sorry, I wander a lot up here. If I fall off stage, just know we practiced that. Where was, oh, talking. Well, so one story turned into 4 or 5 others, and we'd end up on which dog foods she thought was poisonous. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is brutal. So one day out of the blue, she's like, hey, would you like to choke me? Yeah. I lost power, John. Oh my gosh, you're so silly. You should be a comedian. And then she's like, you know what? I think it'd be really hot if you tied me up, while we're doing it. I'm like, like 50 Shades of Grey. I didn't read that. So I obliged her. I tied her up, threw her in the back of my truck, drove her back to her apartment, dropped her off. So now that I'm happily married and out of the dating world, I'm so ecstatic. I have the greatest person in the world with me. I don't say it because she's here. I don't know that it's going to hurt anything, though. But we look at this and it's like, there's rules nowadays. I mean, some of you are a little bit younger, but a lot of you guys are kind of in my boat of technology is kind of passing me by a little bit. It's like you can't call somebody on the phone anymore. That's too aggressive. You're a creeper if you do that, which we would have never, nobody in my age range would have ever dated because there were no text messages. There was no internet. We didn't do stupid shit and film it for everybody to see. But yeah, possible deniability. Yes.
We did stupid shit, but we didn't.
I can neither confirm nor deny any stupid shit, except the 24-year-old. But if you capitalize your text messages now, that means you're screaming at them. I've never heard of that. And then my favorite is if somebody texts you, you read it, you don't respond right away. That's pretty much the equivalent of a hate crime nowadays. I'm thankful to be out of that. Yeah. Anyway, happy marriage to all of you. Little background on me. I'm Billy Tuga. Government cheese. Now, if you say government cheese, just know we low-key want to stab you. Now, there is one other pronunciation that's acceptable, and that's government cheese with a B. Gubment. Government. Say it. Government. That's usually the white family that lives just outside the res in the double wide. You can kind of picture them. No? Here's an example. Hey, y'all, we just got some of that government cheese. And mama said if I don't get pregnant, I can get me a fancy new pair of shoes for my birthday. To which we're like, oh, you better fall in love with those flip-flops, sister. Growing up on the res, we played Cowboys and Indians like most people. Just that in our neighborhood, nobody wanted to be the cowboy. And in our group, I was the youngest, and I was the only one that wasn't full-blooded. Because as you can see, I'm only 3/4. The older boys came up to me and they're like, hey, fucker, you gotta be the cowboy. I'm like, what? Why? Like, you're practically a white boy anyway. That's devastating news. At first, I started thinking about some of the redeeming qualities of a cowboy. Oh, shit. Well, they do get to kiss the white girls. They get to cook steaks on an open fire. They get bacon with every meal. Most importantly, they make all the rules. So my first order of business of being a cowboy was I appointed myself the sheriff. Got me a big old walking tall stick. Man, I beat the shit out of those Indians. Now in Oklahoma, during the summer, by 7 a.m., it's about 147 degrees. And the propane tank that we used as home base and meeting up would be right about 12,000 degrees. So when I rounded up all my Indians, I threw them against the propane tank knowing they're going to jump back off it. And I, stop resisting. Stumbo, you know what I mean. Retired police officer. Needless to say, I lost my bid for re-election. Everybody wanted to be the white boy. EJ. Oh, I like this one. Here's a fact about Mr. Birthday Boy. He has 9 children with 12 different baby mamas. Hey, that's his friends. I don't know the guy. I gotta do one more. Oh, EJ. If the term "this motherfucker" was a person, that's EJ. Now, I told you a little bit about Oklahoma, but I come from a family of champs. My mother was the fastest sprinter Oklahoma holds the Oklahoma State record to this day for the 100-meter hurdles. So on the day that she did that, the gun went off, everybody took cover, and then they took off. My mom just trucking, right? Breaks the tape, wins. The cool thing was, when she did it, she was 7 months pregnant. Which, it was Oklahoma, so let's be honest, they were all pregnant. But to this day, my brother's like, hey, I crossed the line 0.3 of a second before mama. I'm the real champion here. My daddy was an undisputed heavyweight boxing champion. Unfortunately, it was at McAllister State Prison. And the champ only got paid in candy bars and ramen noodles. So what I'm trying to say is money was a little tight. not a lot of paychecks coming home for the champ. So thank goodness we had Gibson's Discount Center to shop at. Some of you aren't familiar with the Gibsons. Have you heard of Dollar Tree or Dollar General? Okay, it's not that fancy. And it's not that the things at Gibson's were knockoffs. They were flat out fakes. The shirts weren't Nike, they were fake Nike. Fikes. The Wranglers, they weren't real Wranglers. Fake Wranglers. Fanglers. The Chucks. They weren't real Chucks. So we're back to school shopping one time, and I made the mistake of asking my mom if I could get some Levi's. And she comes over, she's like, "Do you have Levi money, bitch?" No. 5. You're racist. So she's like, "All right, well, pick what you would need more, some jeans or some shoes, and let's go." So I'm like, okay, let's figure it out. Jeans or shoes, jeans or shoes, jeans or shoes, jeans or shoes, shoes or jeans, shoes or jeans. So my grandma finds like, "Hey, I will buy you both if we can just get the hell out of here." Then she went to the Indian grandma ATM. Boom. Threw down 2 stacks of soggy bills. Hey, that's my grandma. So I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna get the Fanglers and the Fox. So happy. That never happened. That never happened before. I was so excited. And I'm just like, oh, can I wear them home? Can I wear them home? Can I please wear them home? Mama, can I wear these home? Mama. She's like, it'll get you to shut up. Yes. I'm so excited. I jump up on the bench, kick off my shoes, pull off my jeans. I'm jumping up and down. Gimme. My grandma looks over me, looks at my mom. She goes, "Please tell me this little prairie niglet is not standing with no damn drawers on." My mom said, "Yeah, he's like that." I hate to admit it, but that happened a lot in those days. I forgot my drawers so many times. Well, until the zipper incident. But that's another story for another show. And to say a new pair of Fanglers is stiff, I held those things straight out before I put them on. You could hear every single step I took. That was the wrong day to miss my underwear. I about burned my wiener off just trying to get back to the car. Almost had a real prairie fire. Yeah, so years later, I left the great state of Oklahoma, went to the Marine Corps, mostly because they promised 3 meals. And I was like holding them to that. I'm like, okay, all the services offered 3 meals a day in boot camp. I'm like, okay, cool. How long is your boot camp? The Air Force, like 6 weeks. Army, 8 weeks. Marine Corps, 13 weeks. I'm like, sold. And they delivered. I mean, 3 meals a day. Well, until I got to jungle school, then that was a whole lot of try not to die out here. But don't worry, most of you will be killed by a jaguar or a poisonous spider before you starve to death. You're going to be fine. So it was cool. I mean, I liked it. It was in the Philippines. Learned how to eat bugs, and worms, and grubs, and forage. And it was just like, man, I was so hungry. By day 4, I would have traded my soul for an ass hair sandwich. If you've ever been hungry more than 2 days, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't lie. So that kind of stuff sticks with you, you know. And so even nowadays, you know, I'm out in my backyard mowing. I see a grasshopper. I hear my wife yelling at me from the balcony, "You're disgusting." I'm surviving. You know, it just sticks with you. I still work on my primitive fire skills, mostly in the shower. No, because it usually rains on your fire. If you can start it, never mind. They're perverts. That training sparked my absolute love, obsession with the show Naked and Afraid. Anybody heard of that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wanted to be on there so bad. And then like they do a couples edition now. I asked my wife, "Babe, you want to go on that?" She made up new cuss words. No. Let's sleep on it. But I got some bad news from the producers of the show. They said, well, there's not going to be any Native Americans on Naked and Afraid. Because my Uncle Junior Yellow Horse dicked that up for everybody. From the show's inception, he petitioned them every single day, over 2,000 days in a row. It's not like he had a good application. He's just like, he'd call him up. "Hey, put me on the show, fucker." Dude, we can't do that. And they're just like, they realized this dude's not going away. What are we going to do? So the executives got together and they came up with a plan. We're going to put him in an unwinnable situation, haunted rainforest down in South America that even the natives won't go near. He's going to fail miserably. We're done with him. Which, that's a good plan. Because you don't know Junior. I was there when he got the call, and they're like, "Hey, Junior, congratulations, big guy. You've been chosen for the show, and we're going to send you out. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What kind of special skills will you be bringing to the jungle?" "Don't worry about it, fucker." All righty then. You fly out tomorrow. Click. And he did. They flew him down. He went to the jungle. The first thing this asshole did, ditch the camera crew. Ditch the camera crew. Ditch the damn camera crew. It took them 13 days to catch up with him. When they did, he had a roaring fire next to a teepee. He had 8 racks of smoked meat. He was using 2 coyotes as guard dogs. And Ingrid from Portland, who didn't even think she liked men, was pregnant with their second child. On top of it all, this fat bastard gained 37 pounds. That's why I can't be on Naked and Afraid. Hey, you guys have been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience through the microphone issues. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting this organization. Please take your photos of the QR code that Scott was talking about. If you could share with, if even half of you do it, it's going to help us grow our numbers, raise veteran suicide awareness. And please take care of your staff. They've been busting their asses for you. It's not like Starbucks where they're like, "What do you want?" Tell them, they like flip the iPad over, put the tip on there. These guys are actually working hard for you. Thank you so much. Good night. I'm Billy Two Guns.
Billy Two Guns, one more time. Sorry. Let him hear it. Keep it going for him. Keep it going for all the comics you saw tonight. Terrence Galway, Ben Weber, Katie Gonzalez, My name is James Lindsay. I'm needy too. You can give me some claps if you want. Keep it going for yourselves. You guys are awesome for coming out and supporting this great cause. And to close out the show, we're going to bring the founder of Ruck It Up for Warriors up here one more time. So please welcome once again the man who made all this possible, Scott Fredenberg.
Hey, I need everybody. Hey, everybody. I need all the comedians up here. Whoa. Hey, I just want to give everyone a photo op of all this good stuff up here. Get your phones out, take pictures, videos. Thank you all for coming out.
Everybody squeeze in.
This is a really hot mic.
Anyway, hey, can you all hear me? So, no, we can't do any of this without everybody here supporting us and everything like that. Thank you for coming out. We will do this every year. We're going to look to try to expand this event if we can. We're going to sell this out every year. We're going to make veteran suicide awareness. We're going to make sure everyone understands how important it is. So, give every veteran in here a round of applause. You know any veterans who are not here in your personal life, reach out to them, make sure they are doing okay. And we'll see you next year. Thank you, everybody.